monkeys.
Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy Golden Falls Golden, what if, whatever you want to call me, and I'm back. I am back with with part 2 of What If Deku was the god of nature. I'm sorry, I'm stumbling over my words right now. Okay, really quick, obviously shout out to my boy Saint for the music. Check out links in description. Discord also linked in the description, all that good stuff. Part 2 of this is coming out, might only be 3 parts, not sure, maybe 4, it depends on how I'm feeling. I'm also gonna be starting a new series, not sure which one yet. To be honest, I'm still kind of brainstorming and looking through comments and stuff like that, so just be on the lookout for a new series. I like having 2 going on at the same time, right? That's normally what I do. I think all of y'all know that. But yeah, that's about it. I'm not gonna waste any more of your time, and let's just get right into the what if. Let's get it. Well, Izuku is in his forest with All For One, and she decides that she has to leave. She has some business to attend to. She needs to, well, build up a, I guess, force of some sorts. And Izuku nods, telling her not to do anything too rash or stupid, because if she does something too villainous or outlandish, he will not be here to help. That he's here to change this world, not hurt it more than already it is. And she kind of, well, nods and walks away. He opens his forest and she walks out toward the street. Izuku then decides to think. He wants to find a way to maybe help out more. And well, that, well, chance occurs a couple days after the fact. Aizawa begins searching for Izuku, and he ends up finding him. And well, Izuku senses him through the sewers as Aizawa begins searching, and well, he guides Aizawa to where he is. Hello, it's good to see you again, Eraserhead. Yeah, nice to see you, kid. Or are you a kid? I guess I'm a kid, technically. I'm sort of immortal, in a way, but that's a whole different topic. What would you like to speak with me about? Well, I'm curious. I've heard some things through the grapevine. Is it true that this society is more corrupt than I expected? Yes, actually. Very much so. Including your so-called symbol of peace, All Might, unfortunately. He was, before, definitely a symbol of peace, but now it seems he's slightly more corrupted. I see. Well, I was wondering if you could help me out. Help you out? Like how? I want you to come to UA. As a student? Excuse me, Aizawa, I definitely don't need to be a student. No, I want you to teach the students some things. I want you to be a teacher for, well, I guess hero training. All Might left UA some time ago. I mean, he was only there for a couple months. And I guess that kind of confirms the suspicions of him doing some, well, outlandish or illegal activity. Yeah, I can see why you would think that. Yeah, sure. As long as it's not a trap, I will definitely come to UA. It's not a trap. No reason for me to trap you. You can probably beat most of the pro heroes anyways, and I can't cancel your quirk. So, like I said, it's not a quirk. So, you would be correct. You can't cancel something that's not there. Well, why not? Lead the way. Aizawa leads the way. They head back to UA in a car that was sent to them in a nearby, well, gas station. They head over, and when they arrive, Aizawa tells Izuku that he actually will get him set up in a dorm, well, with his own class, since they have an extra room. Yeah, that sounds great to me. So that's exactly what they do. They get him set up in a dorm and they go talk to, well, Principal Nezu. They knock on Principal Nezu's door and he obviously lets them in. Aizawa and Izuku walk in and Nezu actually is shocked by the appearance of Izuku. Aizawa is visibly confused by this, and Nezu begins explaining. You see, Aizawa, I've read a lot about this person. This person is, well, the god of nature, correct? Yeah, that is me. It's a pleasure to meet you. Nezu is shocked by this and didn't actually believe this to be true, but the whole demeanor matches up perfectly. And well, Aizawa is surprised that Nezu knows, but he goes on with business. Okay, listen, I want him to be a teacher, at least for now, just to fill in. I have a couple lessons that I want him to teach my students, and maybe even class 1B students, depending. I just need him to help out a bit. How about it? Yes, that is just fine. What do you say? Yeah, I don't mind. Definitely not. If you don't mind, I would like to get a couple things more settled in, well, my room for now. Nezu allows them to leave, and Izuku heads back to the dorms with Aizawa. Aizawa explains to him that, well, class is finally out, so he's gonna have to kind of make up some excuse why he's there, and that tell them that he's just a student for now. Okay, sounds good. I'll let them know. Aizawa leaves, and Izuku walks in, and, well, the class is all waiting in, well, the living room. Everyone begins to question who he is and why he's here. Oh, I'm, well, a new student. Well, transfer student. They ask him what school he transferred from, and he says that he actually never went to a hero school. It was just some regular high school. So now he's here because, well, UA reached out and he showed some potential. They are actually all surprised, but I mean, Bakugo, of course, scoffs at this, saying that if he couldn't get into a lower tier hero school, then he must be useless. Well, that is definitely one way to look at it. Well, I'm going to be going to my room now. Izuku heads up and gets all completely settled, and, well, the next day then arrives. Aizawa greets his entire class and begins explaining, well, what they are going to be doing. Listen up, this is what we'll be doing. It's pretty simple, actually. A new teacher is gonna, well, join you all, and he's gonna teach you some things. Some, well, important things about being a hero. Being able to sense your surroundings and assess threats properly. Also, this is important. You need to be able to protect and fight at the same time, and choose who you want to, well, protect and fight. Sometimes a hero needs to, well, make a sacrifice to throw their body into harm's way to make sure a civilian is safe, but also so that the other heroes can defeat the villain. This is important, so keep that in mind while we do this training. Everyone gets pretty excited, and that they've never done a training like this before. And, well, as they talk, Izuku walks in. Good, he's here. Everyone is confused. What the hell? This damn nerd? He was one of the students. He was a transfer. Yeah, about that. I kinda lied. I'm gonna be your teacher for today. Everyone is shocked, and they begin questioning that he's as young as them. How is he gonna be their teacher? How do they even know he's strong? He's very strong. Actually, scratch that. Let's do some training, how about it? If you want to question how strong he is, then let's question it. Everybody go to the gym. Everyone begins laughing, saying that there's no way some kid is as strong as them, especially because he's the same age as them. There's no way. So they all head to the gym, and Izuku basically stands waiting. They all ask who's going first, and Aizawa says they're all going at the same time. They all begin getting, well, flashbacks to a while back when they fought against, well, one of the members of the Big Three by the name of Mirio Togata, and they begin asking and questioning themselves if this person is that strong. But no, they can't be. Mirio has had more, well, experience. This has to be a fluke. There's no way he's that strong. Well, I guess since we're doing this will be a great lesson for teamwork. If you all work together, maybe you will have a chance of laying a hit on me. Everyone is shocked by the cockiness of Izuku, but he seemed so calm when he said this, so assured of himself. Like I'm gonna need any of these extras to beat you. I'll do it by myself. Bakugo blasts forward, and Todoroki actually follows up as well, thinking that, well, maybe he should take this opportunity to try to get a shot in as well. So he blasts ice at him while Bakugo charges, and well, Bakugo is quickly wrapped up in the vines and slammed into the ground. Now, let's see what else you got. He slams his hand on the ground, and well, grass and other nature begins growing everywhere. You see, environment is important when you're fighting, and knowing your environment is just as important. You need to know who is going to be a liability, and he points at Bakugo, and who's going to work with you. Someone that runs into the face of danger may be good, but with a cocky attitude and underestimating somebody, it's not good. Just like how you saw here. Now, if you don't mind, let's continue. Everybody begins trying to work together and fight Izuku, but nothing would work. Izuku would quickly parry and kick people out of the way, or grab them with vines, slamming them into different areas of the gym. And Izuku isn't even showing nowhere near his full power. He begins growing basically animals out of nowhere. The animals begin surrounding Class 1A, and Izuku quickly defeats all of them. And after defeating them, he asks them one more time, "So, do you think I'm worthy enough to teach you?" They all nod and they apologize for questioning it, and he says that it's just fine. So he goes about teaching them. He teaches them everything that they need to know about analyzing situations, and frankly, he's really good at that. He's good at seeing the villain in a hero, and well, a hero in a villain. He's an unbiased source of reason. All he cares about is nature, and nature, peace, tranquility, and he even sees villains in some of the, well, animals and creatures that are in nature. For instance, he knows that there are creatures out there that just go around killing things for unlawful reasons, and that's just the way the cycle goes. But with humans, that can be controlled, and he truly believes that, and he wants to bestow that, well, into Class 1A the best he possibly can. After doing so, Aizawa thanks him for the lesson and says that, well, he might have to do it for Class 1B as well. As he says this, Vlad King actually does approach him. "Yeah, sorry to intrude, but I would love to have my class learn a couple things under you. I mean, since you're gonna be here for the next couple days, correct?" "Yeah, sure, I would love to do that. I don't mind at all." Vlad King thanks him, and well, the next day then arrives. Izuku begins teaching Class 1B, begins teaching them through various other means though, since they know that they're not going to challenge him and they're a lot more, well, modest in that regard. He tries a different method. He picks two people out of Class 1B, Ibara and Kendo, and tells them that there's a couple things they need to know, especially in the fact of protecting a civilian in the midst of battle, and that it matters a lot. Kendo will be the villain, and well, Ibara will be the hero. The hero must protect, well, Ibara tells Izuku that she'll protect him with her life, and that she basically starts more or less like drooling over him, and Izuku kind of laughs about this. And everybody in Class 1B actually has never seen this before. Normally she's this person that talks about not being holy enough, so it's weird to see her like this, but I guess Izuku would be kind of her type based on what her quirk is. And well, he basically tells them that Kendo will attack both of them. She will try to basically get to Ibara via trying to strike Izuku. Okay everyone, please watch closely while this battle happens. Okay, you may begin. Kendo charges forward with her big hands quirk and attacks Ibara, and can't really get across at all to Izuku. But she decides to make a play in terms of trying to attack Izuku without her noticing. She tries to attack Izuku and it catches Ibara off guard. She tries to protect him and quickly she counters back and basically lands a good solid hit on Ibara, hitting her out of the way. Exactly what I was expecting from you. You're very impressive, Kendo. Now, this is a simple lesson you need to know. Protecting is hard, and protecting should be the basis of, well, your hero work. And protecting is what matters most, not winning the fight necessarily. You see how she had to adjust to basically protect me? If she was already in a defensive-oriented battle style to protect a civilian, she wouldn't have had to deal with this, and Kendo would have had a lot more, well, struggle to get to me. The class is surprised that this is such a smart but obvious thing that nobody even really thought of. That your fighting style and everything you do will be different depending on every situation. Not just because of the villain's quirk, but also because of the people around you. It could be different because of other quirks that heroes have, and it could be different because, well, there's a civilian right behind you fearing for their life. Izuku nods at what basically their conclusion and says that they did an amazing job. Actually better than Class 1A. Monoma begins to gloat, saying that he knew it, that they are better than Class 1A, and he begins spewing nonsense as Kendo chops his neck and apologizes for his little outburst. He does that sometimes. He says that it's just fine, and Izuku finishes up class, and Vlad King in Class 1B thank him for, well, all the help. He says that it's really no problem, and that he will be around if they need him, and he has to, well, work on some things. Izuku heads back to the dorm and goes into his room. But as he does this, he basically leaves and he appears somewhere else in an alleyway where the All For One's base is currently located. He approaches it and enters. As he enters, someone attacks him with blue fire, but he quickly blocks it. Hey, I'm friendly. Please don't attack. Sophie sees him and asks what is he doing here, and Izuku says that he just came to check in and see what they're, well, planning. And she basically says that they're planning to expose All Might the best they possibly can. Not sure exactly how, but hopefully they can open up an avenue to do just that. That sounds interesting. Well, if you are able to do any of that, let me know. And for you, fire is very dangerous. You don't want to hurt anybody. All For One then introduces Izuku to this person by the name of Dabi. Oh, Dabi. Like, you seem familiar. Very familiar. Dabi then responds that he's related to someone that he may know of. Oh yes, you're related to Endeavor, correct? I assume he's not of, well, interest either. Well, I wish you both the best of luck, and like I said, don't do anything too rash. And yeah, I will most likely be seeing you both very soon. Izuku leaves, and Dabi questions Sophie at who that person is, and she says that it's someone that helped her a while back, and he's a good person. Dabi kind of makes fun of her, saying that she obviously has something for him or has something with him, and All For One tells him to shut up. Some more time passes, and Izuku continues his, well, minor teaching job with UA, helping the future of, well, hero society, until, well, one day he was out and about, and he began hearing something through his vines, feeling something. It was late at night, and he was wondering what it was exactly. It felt powerful. It felt exactly like All Might, like the day that All Might chased them both, and he begins sensing something else. He begins following his vines through, well, nature, and eventually he steps in a puddle and he dissolves into it, searching exactly where this sense of, well, threat is coming from. Now to the threat. All Might is currently chasing down both Dobby and All For One. They caught him in an illegal act. All Might is actually currently using quirk enhancement drugs to make sure that he can keep up well with what his job is to do. He may be turning slowly but surely into a so-called villain. All Might isn't himself. He, well, not only got these drugs, but he killed the person that gave it to him so that, well, nobody would know of it. And, well, Dobby and All For One got wind of this and is currently in the process of trying to expose him with, well, video recording of the incident. And, well, they're currently stuck in an alleyway outside of All For One's base, and All Might stands in front of them.
You know, this could have been easier, but you decided to do this to yourself.
All Might jabs something into his leg, a needle of some sort, and he begins getting amped up on power. All For One tells Dobby to get behind him, or behind her, and she puts up a force field trying to block the strike. All Might, tens of times stronger than normal, charges at All For One and slams his fist into the barrier. And, well, smoke is everywhere.
Now you got what you deserve, you villain.
The smoke then slowly but surely clears, and the force field is shattered. But behind the force field is vines, is a protective layer, kind of like a cocoon surrounding the three of them. Izuku unravels it and stares at All Might, and lightning begins to strike around him. Now, All Might, that wasn't very heroic, was it? All Might questions who he is and why he's protecting a villain. I'm not protecting a villain by any means. Frankly, I'm just fighting one. All Might is shocked by this, and by some twerp is telling him this. And All Might tells him to move over, or he'll die with All For One as well. Izuku, for the first time, is visibly frustrated, pissed off. This is not what he wanted to see. All Might trying to kill somebody that is actually trying to make a difference, even if he doesn't want to get exposed or not. He doesn't care anymore. Well, All Might, it seems you do not, well, fit for this society anymore. I guess I'm gonna have to handle my business. Izuku begins to grow plants everywhere, and All Might smirks.
You really think you're gonna get out of this alive? Nobody will even know what occurred here today. Your bodies will never be found.
And that is a wrap for part 2 of What If Deku Was the God of Nature. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, sub, all that good stuff. Yeah, that's about it. I hope all y'all enjoyed, like I said, and I hope all y'all have an amazing day. Later.